Okay, so I've partnered with Brilliant Labs to show you these right here. These are their new AI powered glasses that they call Frame. And so these are open source, so everyone can develop for them, but they also tie into the OpenAI, ChatGPT, and also Perplexity to be able to give you information about the world, whatever you're looking at, information about a particular topic or a food that you're holding, different things like that. So we're going to dive into the specifics about these glasses here in a second. But right now, let's talk about what you get inside of the box if you do decide to buy these. So inside of this box or round carton, whatever you want to call it, you do get some paperwork. And also with these, you will get a couple of different magnetic nose guards that just magnetically attach right onto the glasses. And so these will help with, fine tuning the adjustments for these depending on the size of your face and your nose. And then you also get the glasses that do come in this protective sleeve. And then once you take the glasses out, you actually notice this little orange little dongle here. And so this little guy is called Mr. Power. So this basically attaches magnetically to the frame. And then now you can plug in a USB-C cable that doesn't come inside of the box, but more than likely you already have one. And then this will allow you to be able to charge the frame glasses up. So basically the setup process is pretty simple. You just need to download the Noah app, and this works with iOS and Android. And then you set up an account, and also you let it charge for a couple hours, and then you're able to download whatever latest software update is available. And then boom, now you're ready to go ahead and start using these. Now, one of the first cool things that I noticed that you can do with this is you can actually just look at the logo for a team and get information about it. So right now I'm just going to tap on the side of the frames, and let me go ahead and start this by saying, when is the next time this team plays? And I'm tap one more time to finish. And obviously I'm in St. Louis, so this is the logo for the St. Louis Cardinals. So it should give me some information about our baseball team here.
Mark, the St. Louis Cardinals play tomorrow at 5:05 p.m. against the Cubs. Play ball.
Uh-oh, we're playing against the Cubs too. Those dirty Chicago Cubs. Anyway, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So this is just one example of you not having to be very specific. You can just be kind of broad, or just, again, look at a logo and it'll do its best to give you some information for it. So yeah, anyway, go Cards. So let's talk about some of the hardware specs and design languages and things like that of the glasses. So obviously you can see they went with a circular frame. And from my understanding, I think their decision to go with this circular frame over something like a square frame was, one, they wanted to kind of stand out in this entire marketplace of AI glasses and stuff, right? So these circular ones definitely do look different from most of the ones that I've seen. And then two, with the components and stuff like that, they felt that to squeeze everything in here and to continue to make these look like a regular pair of glasses. And they did a solid job with the design of these. These only weigh 40 grams, so these are super lightweight to put in your face, so you can wear these all day. They're not going to weigh you down. And so they split up the 250 milliamp hour battery between these two little ends here. And they say with normal use, you should be able to get around 6 to 7 hours out of these glasses. Now with like heavy use or so, they're saying around like maybe 3 hours or so. So again, like any other product, it does depend on how much you are going to be using it. But eventually when you do need to charge and you attach the Mr. Power charger on here, it does only take around like an hour to get these things fully charged. And so yeah, this little dongle here looks pretty funny. It looks like those fake glasses that have the fake nose. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting like that. So I like that it does stand out. Now these are basically a one size fits all solution here, but these are good for people that have an IPD between 58 and 72 millimeters. And these do come in 3 different colors. So I have the smoky black version, but these also come in cool gray. And also they have this H2O version, which is basically going to be a transparent design. Now, as of right now, these only ship with some clear lenses. So if you are wearing contacts, or you have LASIK like me, or you don't need any type of help with your vision, lucky you, these will be just fine. But you can take these to your local optician, and they do have some kind of instructions on their website. And so that can help you be able to get some prescription lenses inside of here, so you don't have to like keep swapping back and forth. But real quick, let's dive into some of the internal specs. So the color OLED display comes in with a resolution of 640 by 400, and you have 20 degrees field of view. And then also these do have a 720p low power color camera right there in the middle of the frame. So this isn't going to be used for taking photos or anything like that, but this is good enough for the frames to be able to see the world and see what you're looking at, to be able to help you out with information. Now these also do have an accelerometer, and also does have tap detection. So you tap on the side of the frames to be able to interact with it. And then also does have an e-compass inside of it and a microphone. So you don't get any speakers with this. So everything as far as like the information that you're getting is actually going to show up up on that OLED display in just white text. And then also inside of the Noah app, you'll be able to see the actual responses in the actual app to be able to follow along. And you also have a section in here called Tune, and this will allow you to kind of tune the style of the responses that you do get. So I have the current style as a witty, friendly, but occasionally sarcastic ass style here. So it basically means it's going to tell me some jokes and be kind of funny when it's telling me information. And also you can change the tone up and you can use a couple of keywords for that. And then also you can have it refer to you by a particular name or whatever you want to be called. And also you can choose the length of the response here, so you can have it be very long or short if you're just trying to get straight to the point. And also you do have text to speech. And so I really like this option, especially when I am using my phone with some Bluetooth earbuds or any other type of headphones, because I can just listen out for the responses instead of having to make sure I'm paying attention to the little display in my glasses or looking at my phone for the responses. Now, these don't have any speakers inside of them, so you can't listen to music or anything. And one of the reasons for that is that, you know, those speakers are going to take up space and also going to be using battery life as well. So to keep these as lightweight and normal looking as possible, they opted not to put any speakers in, which if you are using some type of AI, you know, assistant and you are getting information about certain things, you might not want people around you to hear the information that you're getting. So that's not really a big deal. But again, you can always, again, use these glasses with the Noah app on your phone with a pair of Bluetooth headphones to be able to hear the vocal responses if you do have that option on. Now, one question you might be asking is whether or not people can see the responses that you're getting on the glasses if they are just like looking at you. And the answer is no. Now, they'll be able to see like a little light or something, so they'll know something is going on, but they won't actually be able to actually read the responses if they are just looking directly in the glasses. And yes, you do see the little display here in the glasses when you're not using them, when you're just like walking around, or even right now, I can see that the display is there, but it's not really blocking my vision. So I was still able to spin my little fake rubber rifle here that I got from my JROTC unit in high school that I used for a lot of practice when I was on the Army drill team. But yeah, I was still able to take this for a spin and not hurt myself. And I have been driving with these glasses on and they've been just fine for me. All right, so I'm now outside walking with these glasses on, and I do want to go ahead and clarify that the video that you're seeing right now is not coming from the glasses. This is another camera attached to my hat. I just want to give you this first person view of how it is and what I'm looking at when I am using these glasses. All right, so before I go ahead and have a little bit of my snack here, let me see if it can go ahead and identify what this is. What is this? All right, so it's doing some thinking.
That's an apple, Mark. You know, like the kind you eat, not the kind you stare at for hours waiting for a software update.
That was funny. A little Mac humor there, I like it. But now let me see if it can give me some more detailed information about this. What type of apple is this?
That's a Honeycrisp apple, Mark. A bit fancy, but totally worth it for that crisp and sweet bite.
And that is correct. So this is a Honeycrisp apple. And so this looks like, you know, multiple types of apples, like a Gala apple and things like that. So it got the exact type of apple that I'm about to eat right now. So that's good. All right, anyway, just walking around. Let me see if I can identify what this is. What type of vehicle is this?
Ah, that there is a John Deere 50G tracked excavator, basically the heavyweight champ of digging and demolishing.
All right, so that was a pretty detailed explanation. It gave me the brand of it. It gave me the product name, which is the 50G. And yeah, that was pretty impressive that it gave me all of that information just by looking at it. Actually, I came back here because I do want to ask it one more question, maybe something just a little bit more complicated. How much does one of these cost?
Well, Mark, a John Deere 50G excavator could set you back around $60,000 to $80,000. So start digging in that piggy bank.
All righty. It's definitely out of my pay range. Maybe Marquez Brownlee can afford it. Now, I also want to take a second to say how good the voice assistant is. It sounds very natural and clear. And one thing I will mention is that these glasses, when you are using them in like bright sunlight in the middle of the day or something, it can sometimes be hard to see the text on the screen. But when that does happen, that is when the text to voice option becomes clutch. And all right, so I am a movie buff here. So let me see if it can identify which movie this character is from. You probably already know. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap to wake it up. Tap it one more time. Which movie is this character from?
That's from Squid Game, Mark. Seems like someone's into deadly playground games.
And you know, so it got it correct. And also, again, I really do like the humor that it does add to it. So again, you can adjust this in the settings if you don't want any humor, you just want the answer right away. But personally, I like to laugh a little bit when I am using this. Okay, so what I'm about to do right now is just ask the frames, what am I looking at, and see if it can describe what I'm looking at right now on the wall. And so let me go ahead and give it a shot. What am I looking at right now? All right, so it's doing this thing. This is my favorite piece of the wall right now. It's not been tagged over yet, at least for now, and super, super good skill here.
Looks like you're admiring a pretty cool mural of someone in a green hoodie chilling with a bird buddy.
Wow, you see that? So describe what the little kid is wearing, and also the bird that's actually in the mural as well. So that's pretty cool. So you can do this pretty much with anything. If you're in a room, it can actually describe the environment. I did this earlier in my office, and it was a little bit messy, and it actually told me that I'm in a messy room right now. But yeah, just being able to get some detail as far as what you're looking at might be good for people who you might have some vision impairment and things like that. So these type of tools can be good for those use cases to let them, you know, get a little bit more idea of the world around them. Okay, so look, those are just some of the examples of stuff that you can do with these glasses. Now, of course, you can do a lot more. You can get a lot more different pieces of information. And so these are good for everyday use because they are lightweight. But also, I think that these are going to be a great travel companion. Maybe you're going somewhere that you've never been before, and maybe you're doing like a historic tour and you want to get information about that old house or that painting or whatever. Or you just want information about sports teams and things like that, or restaurant information. Because you have access to be able to do those web searches and also access to OpenAI, this can help you get that information, again, without having to have something in your hand. But something that may be odd to you is the fact that these glasses are not shipped to you at their full potential, because these glasses are open source, meaning that developers, hackers, anyone with any type of knowledge can take a crack at developing apps and different use cases of these, because the code for these glasses is readily available. You can get the information from Brilliant Labs, and you'll be able to tinker around with these, whether you're just using software or actually breaking these down and taking them apart and accessing the hardware and stuff. And so these glasses should get better with time. And I did talk to some people behind the scenes at Brilliant Labs, and they told me about some of the features and stuff like that they are thinking about bringing to these glasses. I can't really tell you right now, but they are planning to make these things better over time. And so right now, these glasses do run $350, and they are available for purchase right now on their website. Obviously, I'll leave the link down below to the website in the description of this video. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.